What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Morning Movie Chat. I hope you're all having a very good day today. Here we are on Tuesday, March 31st, 2020. Right? I'm pretty sure that's a thing. Pretty sure that's still the date. Are you sure? If you're sure, let me know down in the comments below because I'm pretty sure that's where we're at right now. But anyway, I hope you're all having a very good day today. I don't really have you know, don't really have a whole lot to say today. I didn't really think of anything or brainstorm any ideas or watch any movies yesterday to talk about. But you know what's funny is just this morning I was still thinking again. I was still thinking about yesterday's conversation and Zhangzi. Man, oh man, oh man. You know what I mean? Like, have you ever seen this young lady? Have you ever seen Zhangzi? Damn, she's so beautiful. I don't know. I don't know. Of course, I'm married and stuff, so I mean, it doesn't really matter. But you know what I'm saying. That doesn't negate the fact. That doesn't negate the fact. But I hope you're all having a very good day. Please make sure. Oh, you know what? Maybe I should probably do that too. I feel almost like I'm being almost like somebody else here who decides to go ahead and start a live stream without tweeting it out first. Who the hell does that? You tweet it out first and then you go, right? Anyway, been a pretty, I don't know, busy morning, lazy morning. I woke up this morning, I was feeling a little bit tired. Yesterday, went out for a nice little 90-minute bike ride while I was out listening to some young Rippa 59. He did a live stream in the afternoon. I was listening to that while I was out riding, and then as I was out riding, I was about I don't know how far is it. It's about 9.5 miles away from my house here. We've got the poppy reserve where I live at here. The poppies are really big. You should go check down on the link on the description on the video. There's you should go down there and check out my business page. I got a YouTube channel here for my business, and anyway, last year I was talking about the super bloom. I was out there working and everything at the poppy fields, and anyway, the point being is I was out there riding. I was out there riding my bike, listening to the young Rippa 59 live stream, and yeah, I was out there riding, and you get to a part where you get closer to the poppy fields. So we're probably talking about 8 miles in. A little more traffic, a lot more people out driving and everything. And I noticed that when I was riding out there too, because the route I had to take out there, there's you can get out there to Avenue I, and you can it was pretty all open, and I could see there was a lot of traffic going down Avenue I, which turns into Lancaster Boulevard, which then goes anyway. It goes clear out to the 5. But anyway, so I was riding out there. I seen a lot of traffic. I was like, okay, great, here we go. Most of the cars were pretty cool. I think there was only one person who was an asshole and buzzed by me, and by no mere coincidence, it was a motorcyclist. Yeah, a guy on a motorcycle. I'm like, and he fucking buzzed right by me, dude. Like I could have went like that and touched him. Like what the fuck are you doing, dude? Like, I would think you of all people would understand the struggle, right? But no, he fucking buzzed right by me. So naturally, I told him what's up and gave him the bird. And yeah. Anyway, so I was out riding, but here's the thing: is I get out there, and there's a bunch of people. There's a bunch of cars out there. Like I'm like, for one, I know there's a whole bunch of people out there. There'll be like, what are those people, stupid? Supposed to be social distancing and stuff. They're out in the open. It was all good, just the cars weren't social distanced. Most of the people were. They were sticking with their friends or their close loved ones or whoever, and they were going out into the poppy fields, trampling all over the poppies. And yeah, they're out there. But here's the thing: is like people just hop out of the car. They're on, it's a little 2-lane highway. It's not a 2-lane road, more like it. 2-lane road. They had signs out there saying that lowering the speed limit to 35, and people are just hopping out of their cars on the side of the road in front of other cars. Like there's cars coming out. Like seriously, if some of these drivers weren't paying attention, the people would have been hopping out and just getting hit. Just getting hit. Just like, literally, just like, with no, just throwing caution to the wind. They just hop out of their car. Don't even pay attention to where they're opening their car door. They just hop out, just. And I'm sitting there riding, I'm just like, oh god, dude, like you people, you people, you people. And so, but not only that, then there's other people, like say they're like we're going this way, and there's people from across the street that are parking over there doing the same thing. They're getting I've seen this happen a couple times too. People get out of their car, they get out of their car on that side of the street, and they just start walking across the road, not even watching. I think I've seen probably about 2 or 3 of those where the person in the car is like, Urch! And then you see the person who's walking and go, oh, and then they back up and the driver's like, no, just go, dude. Like we already stopped. Come on, like you already just hopped out in the middle of traffic and made me stop anyway. Just hurry up and uh, ridiculous, right? Ridiculous. And then we get these other people out there who are driving. The speed limit was lowered. It's normally 55, but it's 35. And most of the people they were going about that slow. But then they're doing this. They're driving along and they're doing this. Luckily, the people who were just jumping out in the middle of the road weren't there with that guy who's just like, you know what I'm saying? So just what, guys, if you're going out doing stuff, be cautious. If you're out driving, be cautious. And no, I know it was probably none of you that were out there, unless you happen to live out here where I live. But I'm just sitting there like, oh my god, you people. Oh man, but yeah, that was the story of yesterday's ride. It was a nice little, I don't know, maybe 27, 28 mile ride. It was about an hour and a half. Yeah, I don't know. Just slowly getting my workouts in every single day. I mean, I know there's a lot of people out there that are stuck indoors, and man, I'm telling you, people, get outside, man. Like if you're in one of those areas, like out here on the East Coast, things are pretty bad. I don't know, but is it that bad that you can't get out for a bike ride? Keep your distance from people. Get out for a bike ride and get some exercise, man. Get that blood flowing. Get your brain, get your brain firing on all cylinders, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure you haven't been to work. If you've been cooped up in the house, you need to get out. Get out, get some fresh air, get some sun, get moving, have a good time. You know what I'm saying? But obviously, have a good time while you're keeping your distance from other people. So, I don't know. It just I don't know. It just makes me think, this world, man. What kind of a world is it we're living? Can somebody tell me what kind of a world we live in where a man dressed up as a bat gets all of my press? Anyway, and I've got some more stories. I got some more stories, man. We'll get into that in a minute. Let's get in and say what's up to everybody here in the chat. I hope you're all having a very good day. If you are here, please make sure you hit the like button, hit the dislike button if you wish to. That's okay. It's all good. Make sure you check out the links down in the description below. There are links where you can send in direct donations via Streamlabs instead of going through sending in super chats, where Google takes 30% of your money if you want to send in a couple dollars. Again, not required. I'm here flapping my gums anyway. But I do greatly appreciate it. But you should also check out my Patreon page as well. Got some videos over there. Going to be doing some live streams and things over there. Just with some content that I don't want to put here on the channel. Just flooding the channel with. Because, here on my channel, I like talking about movies, comic books, and even music on occasion. And I like to talk about the things I love. And the things that I don't love, that I don't like. You know what I usually do with those? I usually make a video about it, and then I move on. Now, granted, the things that I'm talking about on some of the streams that will be on the Patreon are things that, not things that I hate, not things that I dislike, but what it is it's a new series called, I think I told you guys about it yesterday. It's going to be called Council Culture. Council Culture. Talking about just some of the weird stuff we see going on out there in the world. Anyway, make sure you guys check those out. Let's see, we got Captain Pennsylvania here. Hail, Captain Pennsylvania. How you doing, Cap? Eloise Dottle says hello. She is amazing. Who's amazing? Dang. What was it? Was I talking about right off the top? What was I talking about? Dang, did I already forget? Wookiee Supremacy says, hola, pendejos. Oh, man, that's funny. Oh, shit. Look out, got that Ronas. I'm up early today. Early as hell on the other coast. Yeah, it's kind of, well, I don't know. Here it's 8 o'clock, but yeah. I normally wake up about 4:35 every morning. So yeah. Man, that was kind of dry too. I better be careful. Uh, I'm up early today, early as hell on the other coast. Mad Max has some nutty subscribers. I think what you mean is Max has went out there and so expertly, seriously, he did this a really great job. Did this really great job constructing an echo chamber. Um, he was like, "Hell with the struggle." One called me a Nazi, and another sent me around 10 links to videos about Brie Larson. Fucking wackadoos, yeah. Definitely, definitely. Sorry, bro. I'd rather see male nudity than Brie Larson. Dang, bro. Dang, man. Dang. Harsh. Harsh words. Mike W. Rogers, thank you for being here. She had a decent rack. People be crazy. Yeah, they are, Mike. They are, Mike. Definitely. She needs a couple more squat days. So that is true. That's where the good ends. I must have missed something here. Eloise says, "I'm sorry. I'm that person that backs up after a car stops." um, I was walking the park yesterday. Awesome, awesome. Tire fires for Greta. Alois Doddle says, "People don't seem to know the difference between social distancing and self quarantine." Well, as far as I know, the difference would be, I mean, pretty much everybody's like kind of quarantine. If you're going to self quarantine, that's probably because you got symptoms, so you're going to want to keep to yourself. And if you're quarantining, you and your family are staying in the house pretty much, which is what we always do. And then if you're social distancing, that just means if you're out in public, you're like, hey, you're keeping a distance from people. So yeah, but I hear you. I hear you. I walk my dog every day. Awesome. Whiskey Stills and Tumbleweeds, thank you so much for being here. So yeah, thank you guys again for being here. Like I said, I don't really have much to talk about, but you know what it is. That's why I put that title there. In a World, and no, not anything to do with that movie In a World. Have you seen that movie In a World with Lake Bell? I love Lake Bell. She's a great actress. She is a really great actress. I mean, she's not the best looking actress. I mean, she's cute. She's not bad looking, but she's a great actress. She is a great actress, and she plays in this movie called In a World, where the guy who does the voice of all the previews, all the trailers out there, In a World, where she's basically a voiceover like talent and working on. She gets an opportunity of a lifetime to do stuff like that. Like it's been a while since I've seen it. It's been a while since I've seen it, but it's a good movie. And I love Lake Bell. She's just a great actor. You know what I'm saying? She's just a great actor. Um, yeah. Ooh, and did you ever see that other one with her and Owen Wilson? Fucking love that movie. No Escape. Damn, that was a good one. That's one of those ones where you see Owen Wilson doing something a little bit different, something a little bit outside of those Wes Anderson movies, or something a little bit outside of that comedy, like the Ben Stiller comedies. Something a little bit different. I love it, man. No Escape is a great movie. Great movie. Mike Rogers says, honestly, I don't leave the house that much, so I'm cool. Yeah, me too. Like me too. We don't really neither. Fanjack says, I have. Okay, you've seen it. Lake Bell is a looker. You stop this nonsense. Well, I mean, yeah, no, I like her look. I'm not saying she's unattractive. I'm just saying like she's not the hottest actress. She's not. I mean, there's a lot hotter out there. But no, believe me when I say I like her look. See, and that's the thing with me. Like when it comes to I like weird looks when it comes to women. Like not weird looks, but what I call it is unique features. You know what I mean? Unique features. Because I don't know, just things like obviously we all see somebody like a like fuck, who's somebody out there who's just like fucking perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like we all see like a Scarlett Johansson or like a Ryan Reynolds or somebody like that. You know what I mean? That you're like, damn man, like you almost think they're genetically superior because you're like, damn, man, that's just like a good looking person. You know what I'm saying? They're ridiculously good looking. You know, some of us can't help it if we're really, really ridiculously good looking. You know what I mean? But some of you can't. Some of it. But anyway, the point being, the point being is, yeah, there are specimens out there. You know, like some of those people. And then there's people out there who are just your average looking people. That I love those odd features. I love it. I love it. And Lake Bell's one of those. Lake Bell's one of those. So yeah, no, I'm with you there, Kappa. I just know that not everybody is into that. You know what I'm saying? Like to me, I even look at like God, who else? The actress. Oh, why all of a sudden am I forgetting her name? She played Scott Lang's ex-wife in the Ant-Man movies. Why am I forgetting her name all of a sudden? Why am I forgetting her name all of a sudden? She was in 13 Going on 30 with Jennifer Garner. And Mark Ruffalo. And Ulysses Claw. Man, why am I forgetting her name all of a sudden? I'll think of it. I'll think of it. Fanjecture. Adam's probably going to answer it before I even remember, before I even look up. I'm not even looking at the screen right now. Her name. Damn, why did I all of a sudden forget it? I all of a sudden forget it. Yes. Yeah, the blonde. Yeah, like her. I like her too. Or like Hope Davis. Do you know Hope Davis? She was Tony Stark's mother. Yeah. Yeah. Um Oh, Wookie, I watch chick flicks, dude. Oh yeah, I love chick flicks. That's the thing. I love all movies, and there's different movies I like in different genres of films, man. Like seriously, like even foreign films. I like foreign films as well. I just don't watch as many foreign films, but yeah, dude, I'm telling you, I don't care if it's chick flicks, coming of age movies, comedies, dramas, any of that stuff. I don't discriminate against movie genres at all. No, not Linda Cardellini. Oh, come on. Linda Cardellini, she's not even in Ant-Man, is she? Yeah, she's not even in Ant-Man. She's not even in Ant-Man. But yeah, I don't know. I like unique looks. I like unique looks. Like odd, you know, like I guess you would say odd features. From Geeks and Geek. No, you're thinking of you're thinking of Jenna Fisher. Oh man, why am I all of a sudden forgetting? I'm gonna remember her name. I'm gonna remember her name. Hmm. Oh, he's really digging now. I already said that she was in Ant Man. Let's see if my memory can come through before Adam's fingers can on IMDb. Oh. I can't remember. I can't remember. But yeah, she's got that same thing that there's kind of odd looks, you know, and I like those. I like those. Anyway, I don't know. What were we talking about? What were we talking about before I got into that? I was talking about In a World, and then we were talking about No Escape, and then we started talking about just women and looks, and you know how I like odd looks, non-traditional looks. That's what I like to call is non-traditional beauty. Non-traditional beauty. B. Arthur. No, not B. Arthur. Oh yeah, you're thinking of Hawkeye's wife. You're thinking of Hawkeye's wife. Let's see. Vlad Riot says, just building my full size ventilators in MC. Okay, nice. Judy Greer. Yes, there we go. Judy Greer. See, whiskey got you, man. Whiskey got you, Adam. Got you. Yeah, that's it. Judy Greer. I like her too, man. Yeah, I don't know. Where was I going with that? Where was I going with that? With the odd looks like that, with the non-traditional beauty. I don't know where I was going with that. I like non-traditional beauty. And No Escape is a great damn movie. But in a world that we live in, you know what I'm saying? The world that we live in, you know, it's crazy. Um, like me, I am who I am. You know what I mean? There's not much I can do that. And if there's anything you guys want to talk about today, guys, let me know down in the comments below. We'll talk about it. Cause I didn't really have anything prepped. for today's conversation, but and this all does still kind of revolve around movies. So please try to make it at least entertainment related. But you know, I think I'm a fairly reasonable person. I like to keep my mind open to people and their ideas, whether I disagree with them, whether it's somebody I like or somebody I dislike, anything like that. That's it's kind of the background I come from in just like work and different things like that. I've dealt with a lot of different people, a lot of different personalities. I've managed personalities and things like that. I like, I don't hold things against people. I don't hold, well, I guess I could say I guess you can't I guess I can't say I don't hold grudges, because I do hold grudges at times and depending on the situation. But generally, most people are all good in my book. I don't care whether I like you, don't like you, whether I agree with you, disagree with you, anything like that. Hey, man, it's all good in my book. Like, you're part of this world, and if we've ever come across and interacted in some way, guaranteed, you've probably fed into who I am. You know what I mean? I've been shaped by the world around me. Like, I was or I guess you could say, no, I wasn't shaped by the world around me. I was shaped by the parents in the world, by my parents and their world. And they shaped me. And then through that, after I was shaped, then I adapted to this world with everything that is thrown at me, right? Like, that's just what it is. And luckily, I think my parents did a somewhat good job in creating, something I like to say is like, I'm a jack of all trades, but I'm only a master of one. And that one being life, right? I can take whatever life throws at me. We can take and adjust to that. You know what I mean? It's just taking the hand that you've been dealt and winning the whole fucking thing. You gotta try to win the game. You don't just just because the hand that you've been dealt is a shitty one doesn't mean that you have to fold. You can keep going forward. And so, with that being said, I am a product of everything around me. You know what I mean? Like I said, I was shaped and molded by my parents, but then I've had to adapt to the world around me. And that's something that I think we all kind of have to do. And somewhere along the way, we get jaded, man. You know what I mean? We are who we are. There's nothing I can't change that. I like to think that I'm a realist. I like to keep things real. I like to be honest. I like to be myself. I don't like to beat around the bush about things. I don't. I'm not. I don't ask people to feel sorry for me. I'm not asking anybody to feel bad for me. I don't ask people to put out prayers for me. And I don't wish ill on people except for people that actually deserve it. Child molesters, rapists, some murderers. Some murders are justifiable. Um, you know what I mean. Like I'm pretty open. I'm an easygoing guy. You know what I mean? It's hard. It's hard to get me upset. It's hard to get me triggered sometimes, kind of. Unless we want to talk about Black Widow going to VOD instead of the fucking theater. Fucking stupid. But the thing is, I like I said, I don't have problems with anybody. I'm cool. You know what I mean? Um, And so, like I said, I've kind of been molded by this world too. You gotta kind of, you gotta survive, man. You can't get beat down by the world. But you also, along this way, basically, I guess what I'm saying is, in a way, I've become kind of a hardened soul. You know what I mean? Like you. And it's not because of armor, and it's not like I've got defenses up to make myself feel better about myself or keep other people out or anything like that. But it's like I have been shaped and molded by those around me, by the world around me, by people like you, by people like me, by other people out there in the world. And that's all I try to do is keep it real. And which is funny because the other day, I put a post up on Facebook, and one of my friends was like, "Man, it's so great that you're active back on Facebook again, man. Fucking professional level trolling." And I'm like, well, like the thing is like I just say what I say, and like I don't mean offense by most of it or anything like that. I say most of it. Occasionally, we all feel the need to offend somebody because somebody's being fucking stupid. But I don't, like I just keep it real. You know what I mean? Like I shoot them straight. I shoot them straight. But my friend, he's like professional level trolls, and I'm like, and I'm like, well, thank you. I'm like, but like it's not like I'm trying to troll. I just like to keep it real, and some people just don't like that. Some people just don't like that, right? And and some people don't get sarcasm. Some people don't get jokes, and that's the thing. Is like like I'm not always being sarcastic, and I'm not always joking. And that's one thing that I started liking about YouTube is you can see the look on my face, and you can tell if I'm being serious, if I'm being sarcastic. You can tell in the tone of voice, just all those different things. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I like about it, because these days with like emails, not a good way of communication, typed communication. Facebook even worse, Twitter even worse, Instagram even worse. Well maybe Instagram, Facebook than Twitter, maybe on that level. But the thing is because people always they look into it like, oh, what's that supposed to mean? What's it? They're looking into your words and all these things. They're trying to dissect your every little sentence, your every little word, and it's like, can't you just take it for what it is? You know what I mean? Can't you just take it for what it is? Um, but like I said, along the way, we all get jaded. You know what I mean? Because of the world around us. It somewhat molds us into who we are. A lot of times, maybe our beliefs and things get solidified. Get fortified by all the things that we see around us. People believe all these things. You view the world through whatever lens. You know what I mean? Like I was in this community post last night on Facebook, where these people posted, at 2 a.m. in the morning, these three black people went to their door at 2 a.m. in the morning and rung the doorbell. Okay, just rung the doorbell, and that was it. That was it. Because what the post was, it was like these three people came to my door. This is like, and I'm saying verbatim, but this is pretty. I'm not saying verbatim, but this is pretty much what they said. This is. These three people came to my house at 2 a.m. Does anybody know who they are? Has this happened to anyone else? That's really all it said. That's pretty much it. Nothing about anything else. And it was a young a young black lady, black girl, and like looked like a teddy, like shit you would wear to sleep. You know what I mean? And then there was two black dudes behind her. One's wearing like a hoodie that says Crenshaw on it, and the other guy's wearing just like this pink hoodie, and they're just sitting there. And they're just ringing the doorbell. That's all she said. She said, "Does anybody know who these people are? Has this happened to anybody else?" And then, but you get into the comments, and you see there's like two people in there. There's two black girls in there, and they're like, "Oh, this is racist. Y'all a bunch of racist, racial profiling and everything. They're not there to rob you and this and that and this." There's two of them, only two people in there that said anything about that. And it was the two people who were mad that everyone was in there being racist and calling them all these this and that. There was only one person, aside from those two girls, one person who was an idiot and said anything about robbing or anything, and only one. And these two girls just started going off calling everybody racists and saying that the post was racist, and then it was insinuating that those people were bad and that they were there trying to rob them and their house and all this and that. And I'm like, and I'm just sitting there like, only one person said that. Only one person said get a job and stop robbing people. There's only one person that said that. But all of a sudden it's everybody. These two people are saying, hey, everybody's in here saying that. I'm like, but this is the lens that you see things through. This is how you view the world. Like I can tell how you view the world by what you're saying in your posts. And so naturally, I just get in there and just like, well, nobody said anything about race or because they're like, it's racial profiling. I'm like, nobody said anything about racial profiling. Nobody said anything about race until you did. Like even the person that said they were there to there to rob the place, they didn't even mention race neither. But that's the thing is that's the world, that's the lens they're seeing through. Is like, oh, all these people are implying this. They're implying that these black people are there to rob them. I'm like, nobody said that. Nobody said that except for you. You know what I mean? So we all have a skewed view. What I'm getting at here is we all have a skewed view of how we see the world. And some people more than others. You know what I mean? Some people more than others. And so to me, this is really only reflective of how maybe, not necessarily how they view themselves, but how they view other people, viewing them. You know what I mean? Would you say that's projecting? Maybe so. Maybe so. And that's the thing, is because they're being, they're calling these people racist, but they're being racist right back. You know what I mean? Let's just call it what it is. Um, so I was in there. She go, oh no, and she's in there arguing with me. I'm like, she's like, and she's asking me all these questions. I'm like, well, who said that? I'm like, only you said that. Who else is saying that? She's like, well, I'm asking you a question. I'm like, no, but the thing is like, you're asking a question to something that nobody's ever even said. Like, and she's talking about this stuff being implied and everything. I'm like, it wasn't implied. She's just asking who these people are, if you know them, and if this happened to anybody else. It just, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. So me, like I said, I just keep it real. I just say, hey, I'm just direct with people. I'm very direct, and people get offended by that. You know, especially online. So we're all kind of a little bit jaded. Like I said, my friend thinks that, I'm on Facebook trolling. I'm like, I'm not usually trolling. Sometimes, I'll go on there and make jokes, but a lot of the times, I'm in there just being real with people. You know what I mean? Like, they were in there complaining about dumping going on out in the desert. The guy's like, oh, they're starting up again. And I just told him, I was like, starting up again? They've been doing this forever. And the guy's like, oh, well, it's getting worse now. Eyes open. I'm like, there is no like getting worse. Like it's just like there's dumping and it's bad. There's no worse on the scale of that. The dumping is just bad. And the thing is like it's been going on. So what are you talking about? And like you can tell the guy's really offended. It's like dude, like I'm just saying that it's been going on the whole time, and you're being an ass now because like I said, people are who they are, and just because somebody's saying something you don't like, don't make them a troll, don't mean they're joking, it don't mean they're being even sarcastic. Like I said, there's so many things that I see, when I'm on Facebook and even on Twitter interacting where I'm like, I'm not joking, I'm not being sarcastic. I don't like to do that in text unless it's something that's very obvious. And even sometimes then, if it goes over some people's heads. Most people usually get it though. But that's the thing is people take it that way. You know what I mean? They try to read between the lines, and you like there's no lines to read between here. I'm not implying anything. I'm not saying anything. I just am. I just made a statement, and that's what it comes down to. And a lot of people don't like that, and I can't help who I am. You know what I mean? When people say stuff and I have a response, yeah. When I go places. When I go places and you get those survey people, they come up to you like at Disneyland or Six Flags, and you come up and I'm not kidding when I say it. I'm not kidding when I say it. I'm not joking. When people come up and they're like, "Oh, excuse me, can I ask you a question?" And I tell them you just did. I'm like, "Oh, can I ask you another one?" And I say you just did. And they're like, "Oh." And then just turn around and walk away. Like either did I stump them, and some of them even give me the like, "Oh, you're an asshole," and I'm like, "I'm just answering your question, bro. You asked me if you could ask me a question. I said you just did, because you just did. You know what I mean? It's very direct, and that's the thing is people don't like that. And that's just who I am. I'm not out there trying to, and I've had that here even like on YouTube, and people message me and shit like on Twitter and everything. People like, even here on YouTube, people are like, "Are you joking?" or like, "Wait, are you trolling?" Like, no, I mean, you didn't see an LOL there or a laughy face or anything. I'm just saying, you can take it for what it is. You can either laugh at it, you can make it upset you can do whatever. That's not on me. That's on you. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, and that doesn't mean that I'm trolling either. But sometimes, because that's the jaded feel that we get, online and everything, and even in person, sometimes, like I said, you see people like, "Can I ask you a question?" You just did. And another one, you just did. Like people think of you like a jerk. You know what I mean? They think you're a dick, and it's like, no, I'm not. I'm just me. Okay, I'm using my head. I'm thinking, common sense, and I guess maybe I'm just trying to wake you up to that as well, right? And sometimes along the way, even if you're on a good journey trying to enlighten people, right, or trying to have fun and everything, somewhere along there, people are going to take it wrong, and maybe at some point, maybe people think you are a dick, and maybe all these people thinking that you're a dick, you're sitting there like, I'm not trying to be a dick. I mean, maybe I'm one, but no, man, like, I wish I could improve on that, but I can't because I'm just who I am. I mean, this is part of me. I can't change that. You know what I mean? Somebody walks up and asks me a question, you know, it's like, can I ask you a question? I'm going to tell you every time you just did. And that's the thing, you know, and you know, I just sometimes wish, like, I wish I could change this. You know what I mean? I wish I could change myself in that way. Yeah, I'm not saying that it's a self improvement that I need to make, but you know what I mean? You know, I can't shape how other people see me or think about me or anything like that, because that's on them. You know what I mean? Like I said, people try to read between the lines and they try to get these things, and I was like, that's not on me. That's on you. All right? Don't project anything on me. I'm not projecting anything on you. I'm just being me. And you know, I mean, if you don't know me that well, you probably get that way. But I even have friends that do the same thing. You know, on like friends that know me really good. You're like, oh, why are you trolling? I'm like, you just don't like what I'm saying. That doesn't mean that I'm trolling. Regardless of any of that, though, regardless of any of that, like I said, sometimes I feel like, man, maybe I wish I could be that better person, you know, like a bigger person, maybe a way to, like I said, you know, I like to use the common sense and get people to wake up and realize things, but like, maybe sometimes I need to take a more subtle approach. I wouldn't say I'm being a dick, but maybe I need to take a more subtle approach. Maybe I could be that better person, but I just can't be, you know, like, I can't be in that way, you know. You guys may not know, but this right here, I have this on my hand right here. This right here, it's a mathematical symbol for greater than. I got that, well, I actually did that, you know. It would have been the time around the Matrix. I was really big into the Matrix anyway. But the reason I did that, because I almost did an equal sign, but I didn't do an equal sign. And these days, I'm glad I didn't do an equal sign. You know what I'm saying? Whew. Can you imagine? Shit. Can you imagine if anyway, but I got the greater than symbol, and a lot of people always wonder, like, what's the greater than? You know, why you got that on your hand for? You know, because they're like, you know, because they ask what this is too. That's Capricorn. That's a symbol for Capricorn. But they always ask about that. They're like, why the greater than? Why the greater than? You know, you think you're greater than me? Oh, you think you're better than me? It's not better than. It's greater than. What it means for me is to be greater than I was yesterday. That's all I want. I just want to be greater than I was yesterday. Be better than I was yesterday. That's all it's all about. That's what it's all about. Greater than. And, you know, maybe at times it does signify that I am greater than you. Not you necessarily, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. It all has to do with that. It all has to do with personal growth, being greater than who I was yesterday. You know, and there's just some people out there in this world. There's some people out there in this world that make me think, you know, they are greater than me, man. They're better people than me. And you know, and I see some of these people and I really wish, man, like I see them and I'm like, man, you people, you make me want to be a better person. You know what I mean? You make me want to be a better person. You give me hope that there's greater people out there. You know what I mean? People that can actually do what I want to do, but better. You know what I mean? And that's ultimately what it's all about. And that's ultimately what it's all about. And just trying to be better people. You know what I mean? Not only for ourselves, but for the world. Trying to make the world a better place. And I respect that, people who do that. You know what I mean? And, you know, most people who do this are under the highest levels of scrutiny and things like that. And most people, when they get into positions of power, you know, you get more influence and stuff like that, you deviate from that. It's no longer about trying to bring the awareness, trying to make the world a better place. It becomes more about, you know, your own shit and trying to, you know, make some money and survive and get bigger, you know, grow your influence and shit like that. And then you kind of forget about some of those things, right? Not everybody, but some people forget about that kind of stuff. Not all of them. You know, and I'm not saying that everybody has to do charities and all that shit, you know, because people will easily take that and be like, oh, you're doing all this charity work and you're just out there trying to show people that you're like a good person and you're not really a good person. That's not, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, you're supposed to do things out of charity anonymously. You're not supposed to, you know what I'm saying? That kinds of stuff. But there are people out there truly who I feel are better human beings than me and make me want to be a better person. They set a great example at being great fucking people, and they do good things with their platform and their voice and what they're fucking doing, man. And you know what? I see it sometimes, dude, and it makes me want to bring tears to my eyes, man. It makes me want to fucking cry. And sometimes it does. Just the sheer humanity of some of these people, the sheer fucking humility of great people, right? of great people. They make me wish that I was a better person, that I could be that better person. You know what I mean? Because I know that I know that I'm cynical, you know? And some people don't like that neither. Cynical? Realist? People really don't like that, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, some of the people I talk about here on the channel a lot, man, I met him back in October. The Saska sisters, Jen and Sylvia Saska. Do you guys know who these ladies are? Jen and Sylvia Saska? They're better known as the Twisted Twins. There's some twin horror directors. They recently directed Rabid, remake of a 1977 David Cronenberg classic. I actually sent 2 copies. I actually bought 2 copies of that DVD and sent it to and sent one to my good friend Snowdub, and sent one to from Snowdub Music and Entertainment, and I sent one to Kermit the Log. And you know, a little over a month ago, we did a live stream talking about the movie the whole time, talking about the movie, and kind of reviewing it and things like that. But they're really awesome. They wrote my favorite comic book last year, Black Widow, No Restraints Play. And they're just great people. Seriously, go follow them on Facebook. Go follow them on Instagram. Go follow them on Twitter. Anywhere you want. Go find the Saska sisters. You probably have to find them at Twisted Twins. Is what they typically go as go under. But they're just such great people. You know? And they're people that like inspire me, you know, make me want to be a better person. So yesterday I was on Facebook, and I was just there scrolling and everything, and they put up this post. You know, they put up a post of a shirt a new shirt that they had. I was like, ooh, that's fucking sweet, man. That's a sweet shirt. And I was like, man, I want to get it. So I got on there on Facebook, and I put, dang it, I need one. The shirt, it's a pretty badass shirt. I said I need one. I said, but I want a copy of Kill Crazy Nympho's Attack. Much more. Kill Crazy Nympho's Attack is their graphic novel they put out I think a couple years ago. I said I want a copy of Kill Crazy Nympho's Attack, but I can't afford it. But I can afford the shirt. Right? I'm just some fucking asshole on YouTube that met him. You know, when I went to Horror Fest down in LA, Scream Fest down in LA. I got a chance to meet them. They were fucking great, man. And we're friends on Facebook. And Jen Saska, she replies back to me with this: "We have so much respect for you and the work you do and everything you stand for. And we're so grateful for your support of us and our work. Please hit me up at our email with your mailing address and consider Kill Crazy Nympho's Attack our gift to you for your kindness and outstanding work." You know, we all get on YouTube. You get on here, and even on the internet, and you think like, man, this world is huge, man. It's not that big. You know what I mean? There's a whole lot of people in it. You know, like I'm just one small person. You know, I'm just one small person in the world, man. Pretty insignificant to most things, you know. And you know what I mean? Like hearing that, I'm just like, man, like I'm just some asshole fan who met you fucking, you know, at Screamfest. You know, I make a YouTube channel and I fucking talk about shit like comic books and movies and music, you know, and I talk about the things I love, and, you know, if I like them, I want you to check them out. That's what the whole channel is fucking based on. I don't think I'm anybody. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm just a fucking average guy. But then, you know, you hear these words from people like this, people that you look up to, people that you really respect. It just really hits you, you know what I'm saying? And makes you feel like maybe you are doing something good. Maybe you are doing something right. And honestly, no matter who you are or what you are in the world, you can make a difference. And maybe apparently you can make an impact and just meet great people and shit like that, make great connections. And we get on here, like I said, we get on here and think that YouTube is this big fucking world, man. But it's fucking not, man. It's small. It's a small fucking world. And this shit like this really kind of only proves that. You know what I mean? I'd have never met Jen and Sylvia Soska if it wasn't for fucking me starting this channel. You know what I mean? I'd have probably never became their friends and all that shit. You watching this channel right now, I'd have never met you or been able to interact with you or anything like that. You know what I mean? Just some people out there give me hope for the world, I guess that is what it is. And it's funny how a little paragraph of fucking words can have such a huge impact on somebody. So this is one thing I would always say, and it's something I've always said, and this comes down to that post where I was talking about with the girl on Facebook, is words fucking matter. Okay? Words matter. So when you see somebody put up a post that doesn't mention anything about stuff, and you're like, oh, racial profiling, I know what kind of person you are. You know what I mean? I know how you see the world. I wish I could change it, and I will in my own ways, with responses like, racial profiling? Nobody even mentioned race until you did. You know what I mean? You gotta get people to see their own folly. And sometimes they never will. We can't help everybody. But that's something that I've always held out hope for, is that we can help others. We can make a difference. Some are just better at doing it than others. You know what I'm saying? I wish I could be one of those people. I wish I could be one of those people, but I can't. I am who I am. That's just... There's no other way I can put that. You know what I mean? I've been shaped and molded by this world. Shaped and molded by my parents. I've had to adapt to this world. And, now, and I'm not wanting the world to adapt to me. I want the people in the world to realize that they have to adapt to it too. And not the world isn't just going to give in to you in every fucking thing that you want. And it doesn't have to. Because we can be nice and kind to each other without seeing eye to eye. But for some reason, people just don't fucking get that. But that was it. I guess that was my story. That was my story of yesterday, man. Nice bike ride. Listening to Young Ripper 5'9". Get home. Interact on the interwebs and get truly humbled. You know what I'm saying? Get truly humbled. Like I said, man, I'm just a dude sitting in fucking a room that will soon be his son's bedroom, with a computer talking to it, to you guys. It just gives me hope sometimes that maybe that one, maybe my voice is getting out there. You know what I mean? When people talk about these kinds of things on Facebook, Instagram, influencers. I don't look at myself as an influencer, but I've had a couple of people tell me that, dude, look what you're doing. Like, you are. And I'm like, or, they said that you're an influencer. And I'm like, I can't say that I'm not, but I can't say that I am. You know what I mean? Like I was saying, maybe that's where I'm underestimating myself. Where I underestimate myself because, just like I said, this is a small world, right? That we're in right here. And maybe I'm underestimating that. Maybe I'm underestimating the fact that maybe I can make that difference. You know what I mean? And I know this too. Something I've known from just every experience I've been through. I fucking know that one person can make a difference. And you know what? Maybe that's kind of a destiny kind of thing too. Maybe I found my way to this platform for this very reason. This is something that if you ever caught one of my live streams before, I'll tell you, I've told you probably about my work and what I used to do. I was in a leadership position. Most people would say in a management position. I wasn't a salaried member of management, but I was in a leadership position, and that's was my job. You know, my job was, I mean, I had essential job functions, things that had to get done for the store to function right. But my biggest, my, you know, and I always thought this too. My biggest thing when I was there, obviously it was Walmart. And the number one fucking rule they have there is service to our customers. And my service to the customers, since I wasn't directly in contact with them all the time, was making sure that the people that worked under me knew what the hell they were doing. They were knowledgeable, they could do the job, they were competent workers. And that's what I did. I grew a lot of my leadership and things like that that way. You know, I worked with people where I had to set in on write ups and things like that. You know, people get coached at work. You know, they get in trouble, they get reprimanded, and you know, when you're doing that, you got to have two people in the room. You know, especially if like say if you got to have two people in the room with the associate. No matter whether it's a guy or a girl, you got to have two people in there. And if it's a manager with a female associate, a male manager, female associate, you have to have another female manager there. And same with, you know, if it's a female manager with a male associate, you have to have a male manager there too. Anyway, I used to set in on some of these things, and several times I would set in on some conversations with some people who were working under me, who asked me to go in and set on some of these things. And I would sit there and I would listen to whatever they're doing, whatever they're talking about, you know, whatever the person's getting reprimanded for. Um, and you know, then the associate would have the chance to put in their comments and all that stuff too. But you would sit there and tell them what they're being coached for and all this and that. You'd get their side of the story. You get their explanation. You listen to all that, and then the manager gives them advice. Like, here's like you violated this policy. This we can't have this. Here's what you need to do going forward. This and that and this and that and this and that. And so you know, I would sit in on some of these things, and you know, I'd listen. You know, see what's going on with the situation, and you know, a lot of times I'm throwing my 2 cents. I'd be like, I know, like, you're not my people. I'm here just witnessing stuff, but you know, I got something to say about this. I got something to say, you know, and I'd sit there and talk about stuff, kind of break things down. And several times I had other people that I didn't work directly with all the time that didn't know me as well. A couple different people that I was doing that with, and like oh wow, like you're really good at this, man. Like that was really like really great what you did in there. Like how you talked about, how you explained, you know, just like all that stuff. And I'm like, I try to speak realistic language, shit that people will understand. You know what I mean? And that's what it's all about. I mean, when you're doing that, I mean, you're coaching somebody for improvement because you want them to improve, right? And that's the thing is, you know, and then you know, I think a lot. Well, that's what I do. You know, I mean, that's what I'm supposed to do. You know, I'm not, just because I'm in a management position doesn't mean I have to be an asshole. The best way to get somebody to work is to, like, for me, was to one, A, set the example, B, show them what they're supposed to do, explain what they're supposed to do to them, teach them, act like they're a child and don't know what to do, right? And that's what I used to do, you know? You gotta set people up for success. You know, and it all comes with that, and that's what I learned. You know, that was my world. That was my kind of do, and it's a world I missed. And then you know, and then it makes me kind of wonder, like maybe that's how I found my way here. Maybe because you know I quit my job there. You know, I quit my job there doing that, and now I work for myself. And now like I'm not in a leadership position. I don't have that management position or anything like that. And it was never about the management position for me. It wasn't even about being in the position of the leadership, because for me, the way like my influence there when I was working, and that's how I was getting promoted, is that I just have the leadership qualities. You know what I mean? Like I was like, at one point when I was there, I was on what they call a D day. A D day is like basically where like you fuck up one more time, your ass is out of a job. I was on a D day, you know. I was working in a place where I knew all the shit like the back of my hand, but like we had supervisors who were over us, direct supervisors who were over us, and I knew who they were. One of them was a friend of mine. I actually helped train him. And the associates, the people on our team, would come to me and ask me what to do. You know what I mean? Because they knew I knew better. It's leadership, and I'm sitting there, you know, and I would, you know, sometimes I tell people like, "Why are you coming to me? Why are you coming to me? Why are you asking me? And I knew the answer. I knew the answer, but I'm not egotistical like that. I don't have a big head like that. They'd be like, but seriously, they would be like, because you know what you're talking about, because you know what you're doing and you know what you're talking about. You know what I mean? And it's like that. And after being away from a lot of that for a while, I was like, maybe I found my way here on YouTube by maybe it was no coincidence. You know what I mean? Maybe it was no coincidence that I ended up here to start this new platform, this new way of reaching out to people and influencing people and putting myself out there in the world. You know what I mean? Um, and I'm not great at it. It's a learning process. Like like the shit like I'm great at making the videos and flapping my gums and talking a bunch of shit. Like I know what I'm talking about. What I'm not good at is like all that SEO, the titles, the thumbnails, and all that clickbait stuff to make my channel blow up. I'm not good at that stuff. You know what I mean? I'm not good at that stuff. But you know what I am good at? Just about everything else. And I'm not saying like I'm great at it or anything, but this is just part of who I am and part of what I've done throughout my life. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, man. Like it's just proven. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I'm great at it. I would say I'm good at it. I would say I'm proven. And there's certainly people out there that would say the exact same fucking thing. And I don't, I guess I don't know where I'm going with this. I don't know where I'm going with this. I guess where I'm going is with this is, you know what? We can all be better people, and we can change and influence the world, just the one person at a time. You know what I mean? Just the one person at a time. You're here, right? You're here. Are you on my side? You know what I mean? And it's not a side of things where you have to choose sides and you have to have my back. But are you on my side in wanting things to be better, a better world, people to be smarter, people to you know what I mean? Just, that's it. Aren't you on that side? Isn't everybody on that side? You know what I mean? Don't you want the world to be a better place? I kind of feel like we all do. I kind of feel like we all do. And there are people out there who are going to falter along the way, man. You know. That's what happens, when you're on the path. That's the thing is a lot of people don't realize is that you're on a journey, and on the journey you will stumble, you will fall. That don't mean you have to stay down. That don't mean you have to pick yourself up and turn around and go a different route. The road less traveled has a lot of stones. Some people can't take that. You know what I mean? I guess that's what it is. I don't know. That's what, like, you can make a difference. I guess that's what I'm saying is you can make a difference. I'm not saying, like, you are somebody, but you are somebody. And you can make that difference. And all you got to do is take one person at a time and get them to join hands with you. You know what I mean? And that doesn't mean that you have to create an echo chamber. That doesn't mean that every person that's joined hands with you has to agree with you 100%. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean just because you believe in Jesus doesn't mean that they can't believe in whoever else, man. I don't do religion. You know what I'm saying? That's what it comes down to. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, it would be even better if you are doing that, joining hands with people, and they disagree with you. Because you need people there to keep you in check. People there to question you. A lot of people don't like that. Oh, you're questioning my authority? Fuck your authority. You know what I mean? You still got to be open and listen to people, You got to, when people are wanting to offer you criticism, real criticism. Not that crybaby bullshit like, oh, you won't talk to me. I'm going to tug on your pant leg. No. Real criticisms. You got to be open to that. If you're not open to that, you're going to go nowhere. You know what I mean? You need those people around you who are going to be critical, who are going to question things, You might think that they're trying to oppose you, but they're probably just trying to help you. You know what I mean? Even if it's not help by way of this helping, but maybe making you think twice. Maybe making you think about, ponder what they're asking you. Maybe. Just maybe. We can all do it. You know what I mean? We can all do it. Ah, shit. What am I talking about, man? Let's get here into the live chats, man. I feel like I've been flapping my gums for too long, man. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm sorry, guys. I I completely missed out on the chat, man. Let's get up here. Let's see what we got. Let's see. Wookiee Supremacy says I'd still take a run at Pam Grier. She's held up nice. Pam Grier. Oh yeah. Pam Grier. Yeah, definitely. And don't even get me started on that, because you'll get me started on like, oh, remember, oh man, what was her name? She was in Grumpy Old Men. You know who I'm talking about. Yeah. Or how about, or Blythe Danner? Yeah, yeah. Gwyneth Paltrow's mom. I see her too, and I'm just like, damn, like, you might want to look out. Look at Christy Brinkley, right? Anyway, am I going off the deep end there? Whiskey Still says Evangeline Lilly is much easier on the eyes. Yeah. Oh, I like Evangeline Lilly too. Yeah. I like her too. She's beautiful. Wookiee Supremacy says I was raised by radioactive hobos on cross-country cargo trains. You sound like it. Wookiee, are you related to aggressively relaxing then? Makes me wonder. That's deep, man. Radioactive. I don't know. They were pretty fucked up. Ryan H, how you doing, my brother? How's it going? Yeah, dude. If you guys don't know, Ryan H, we seen today. He straight up proved himself to be an ultimate nerd. He was on the Den of Nerds live today. He's one of the executive producers, in case you can't tell that. And he was there on the show, and he had his background. In his background, he had an anime poster. Yeah, he had an anime poster, and I was like, whoa, okay, like, he just proved his fucking nerdiness. Like, this right here, this is one thing. But you got that anime shit on there that's not like one of the most like real popular ones. Like, I've got like my Dragon Ball Z tapestry I need to get put back up. But like, man, I knew you was a nerd, but damn, you proved that shit today, man. I hope you're having a good day, Ryan H. Whiskey Still says, I was raised by descendants of whiskey bootleggers and maple syrup farmers. True story. Huh. Nice. Interesting. Wookie says, yeah, mine's not true. Cap says, I was raised by a lady in Pennsylvania. There was a dude, too. His name was Steve Rogers. Hail Cap. Or should I say, Hail Hydra? Now, I'll save that for when we're talking about Stark. I knew a Roger Stevens once. I knew a Ray Stevens once. Well, I didn't like actually personally know him, but I heard his music. That was word sweet. I spend a lot of hours by myself at work. The mind goes crazy. Oh yeah, I hear you. I wish I could be myself at work. Oh yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. It gets crazy when you have to deal with coworkers. Oh yeah. Iron True Skills says, Trinity, you were great here on YouTube, man. A real talent. Thank you, Iron True Skills. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. You're pretty good yourself, dude. Pretty good yourself, man. Wookiee Supremacy says, it's nice being self-employed, but my boss is a total... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, totally. Cap says, that sucks, bro. You should separate from him. Separate from who? Separate from who? Oh, are you talking about Wookiee Supremacy? Yeah. Whiskey Still says 2 a.m. visits are suspect, but most robbers don't ring the doorbell and get... Yeah, and that's the thing. In that post, that's what I'm saying. Everybody was saying that too. I'm thinking, a couple people were like, it doesn't look... It looks... A couple people were like, it looks like they're looking for a party. But mind you, this was on Sunday. Yeah. Three young people together looking to go to somebody's house on a Sunday at 2 a.m. I know, maybe they're just not scared. Maybe they're not scared shitless. It's all good. Captain Pennsylvania says, I'm going to claim racial profiling so I don't have to go to work today. Wonder if that would work. It might. He says, not usually trolling. Not usually troll. Well, yeah, not usually. Not usually. And typically I don't. Typically I don't. Sometimes I do, and I usually make it pretty obvious. Okay, I make it pretty obvious. But some people just can't read it. Wookie says, you ring the doorbell so you know there are people in the house. While they're dealing with the door, they're stealing everything on the other side of the house. Right? Okay, yeah, fair enough, but still. Aggressively says, I don't know, man. There's definitely a dumping scale. Yeah, is there? That's how it goes down. Some of my dumps are bigger than others. Oh, man. Yeah, me too, me too. Aggressively relaxing says, what a whimsical robber, Wookie. Like cat and mouse, I toy with the homeowner. Benjik says, you're that guy, huh, Trinity? I guess so, man. I'm profiling you, Captain Pennsylvania, so you can stay home. If you work at an amusement park, avoid Trinity. Yes, yes. Because I will amuse myself. Yes, I'll let my boss know. Chaos and Comics. Chris says, been watching a minute. I got no clue what he's talking about. I know that. I know you don't. You know what? Because this is like one of those. This is like one of those introductions of a Yo Boy Zach video. Where you're like, what the hell? You're not even like. What are you talking about your breakfast for in the fucking garbage, man? What are you talking? Just talk about the comic book. Spare me the funny story. He's talking about not being a dick. About being and not being a dick. Okay, yeah. Oh, well, I'm setting my dickhead ways. Yeah, I know. Me too. That's what I'm saying. You gotta do you no matter what. Chaos in Comics says, Trinity should do these monologues while eating chips. No, I don't eat chips. Damn it. Aggressively relaxing says, be the change you want in the world, Trinity. Next time someone asks you if they can ask a question, fight your dad joke urge. Try to channel Ray's strength at the end of Rise of the Skywalker. Oh, man. Oh, man, you're funny. You're funny, aggressively. That's not a dad joke. That's not a dad joke. It's not even a joke. It's not even a joke. It's not a dad joke. It's not a dad joke. He's not ready for that. When your hand is upside down, it's the less than symbol. Well, yeah, but that's when I'm doing this. That's a good point. Yeah. And believe me, I thought about that. I thought about all of these things. His top half is greater than his lower. I'm not even going to answer that aggressively, but I guess if there's anybody that would know, it might be you. Chaos and Comics says, if you channel Ray's strength at the end of that movie, you might get a kiss from Adam Driver too. I always thought he had a protractor tattooed on his hand. Go math. Yeah. Right. It's go math either way. It's a protractor or even, it's greater than symbol. It's all, I'm not cynical and neither is aggressively. Absolutely not. No. You guys are 100% serious all the time. Your favorite comic was the Impact Theory book. No. Obviously, you didn't watch my top 10 from last year, Chris, because I did a video on it and I told you what my top 10 were. But Impact Theory, I would say Neon Future. Well, it was right up there with Black Widow. It was right up there with Black Widow. That's what between 1 and 2, it was hard to come up with. Like, I wanted Neon Future just because it was the indie, but Black Widow was only better to me because it was like telling a real story, and it told a story that I really get and really understand, and I really enjoyed because. Yeah, it's just real. It was real. It was the most real comic I've ever read. In a Marvel book. You know what I'm saying? I might have to give them a follow and see what's up. I'm curious. Oh yeah, they're the best. Chaos Comics says, I love that the people that say Trinity are great directed a movie called Dead Hookers in a Trunk. No, it's Dead Hooker in a Trunk. Dead Hooker. Dead hookers stuffed in the trunk need love too. They do. That's actually pretty cool though. Yeah, it is, man. Like, I'm telling you, like, I may or may not have cried when I read that message. I've been told that I'm a bad influence plenty of times. Oh, I've been told that too. Even when I was a child. People say that I'm a bad influence. I say the world's already fucked up. I'm just adding to it. Ooh, anybody know who that was? Aggressively relaxing. I had to walk away. Who dared to call me cynical? This just reaffirmed my belief people are motivated by self-interest, and it's why I'm distrustful of human sincerity or integrity. Yes. Yes, aggressively. I completely understand. I understand your pain. I understand your pain and sorrow. That's just being smart. Gotta head to work, guys. Be safe. All right, take it easy, Cat, man. Have a good one. I know I'm behind on the chat here, but take it easy, brother. And it just skipped again. Going into the world, Captain, you be safe. Yes. Yeah, but I don't really feel like it. Oh, right, yeah. Aggressively says, I got onto YouTube to confuse and alienate the largest audience I could, so I'm pretty successful. Hell yeah. Hell yes, man. To confuse and alienate the largest audience I could. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Speaking of which, do you guys follow me on Twitter? I put up Ricky Bobby. Yeah, from Talladega Nights. He actually did an ad for the 2nd Street Marvel. You should go check it out on Twitter. Yeah. Some swink. Some swim. I'm not here to be a lifeguard. Yeah, true. But sometimes we get those that we want to help, man. There's, like you truly want to help. Whiskey Steals and Tumbleweed says, Trin, smaller channels like yours that keep it real and just do their thing are a drop of cool, clear, purified water in the toilet that can exist on YouTube. Oh, man. Thank you, Whiskey. Thank you, man. Because sometimes, maybe sometimes I almost feel like maybe I'm not the turd in the toilet, but maybe I'm like the piece of corn that's in the turd. You know what I mean? That's sitting there like, how'd I get here? Why couldn't I have been chewed up to completion and consumed and absorbed into the body? Even though that's not really how it works, but you know what I mean? And that's the weird thing about corn. How come corn is the miracle food? Like, no matter how much you chew it, it comes back out in whole form. I don't care if you have cream corn. You're still... I went from talking about some real shit to potty humor. How do we get here? Whiskey Still says, hey, Chewy. Thanks again for making me wise to this channel. Well, thank you for being here, Whiskey, and thank you for your kind words, and thanks to Wookie as well, man, for bringing you here, and any of the other people he's brought here, which I know he's brought several, man. I know one night, man, they came in and they flooded the chat, man. Dude, Joe Quesada has a drawing lesson show he is doing on Marvel's YouTube. I think I've seen something about that. Earlier. Wookie Supremacy says, Gwyneth Paltrow doesn't do anything for me. She looks like my older sister. Oh, well, that sucks for you, because you know what, in Gwyneth Paltrow, she's just skinny. She's just a lanky gal. She's not like got like a body, or you know what I mean, like a body. But she's beautiful. I like Gwyneth Paltrow. And her mother is beautiful as well for, an older lady. In my opinion, 1960s Raquel Welch was the most beautiful woman that ever existed, and I've got to tell you, man, I can agree with you there. I thought, yeah, Raquel Welch, yeah, she was very beautiful. I'm the black sheep of the radioactive trained people. Party was always on the 2nd Street. Thank you, Wookie. Thank you. And believe me, that's where we used to have all the parties. 507. Word, good stuff here. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I'm True Skill says, Trinity, are we getting digital comics tomorrow? Not as far as I know. As far as I know, they're stopping all that. Not as far as I know. But that could be a good thing. Like, for me, it's good because I can catch up on all these books that I have to read anyway. And get caught up on reviewing these. I mean, I've read them. I just got to review them still. Yeah. You guys like nuts? You guys want to see my nuts? Right here. Check out my nuts. Those are my cashews. Yes, I know. They're big. I know. You want to wrap your lips around them and just, it's so good and scrumptious. There you go. Look at that one. Harvest Harmony. Sorry about all the loud crunching ASMR of the bag. That's a good one, man. It's got almonds, pistachios, cranberries, cherries, and dark raisins. It's a great mix, man. Good shit. Ooh. Maybe you'll like these. Gummy chicken feet? Gummy chicken feet? These things are great, man. They're fruit punch flavored. They're fruit punch flavored. How did we get here? You're probably asking yourself. But no, I don't think we're getting comics, man. Yeah, time to catch up on all stuff. Wookie says, Elizabeth Taylor and Cleopatra, that girl was smoking hot. Yeah, definitely. The Senate, what's up, my brother? How are you doing? The Senate says, potty humor starts when I show up. Sounds accurate. Oh man, that's funny. Yeah, all my friends. All my friends hit on my sister in school. Yeah, that sucks, man. Don't you hate that? When you've got the hot sister and you're saying, oh, damn it, you know. Yeah, I feel your pain. I had several friends that I grew up with that had hot sisters. You know, what's funny is one of my good friends growing up, his sister was hot, and she was actually my age. We actually went to school together. Her brother was 2 years younger than her, and I was good friends with him. Yeah, that's pretty rough. Especially because at that point you're almost practically like friend zoned no matter what, because she's like, oh, you're my brother's friend. I can't date you. You know what I mean? That's how it is. You're automatically in the friend zone just because you're friends with, yeah. So I've your friends didn't stand a chance, Wookie. Did you ever tell them that? They probably didn't even know that. They probably was like, oh, but she's so cool to us. She's so nice and everything. She's always cool, man. Like, I think she likes me. Man. Like, no, bro. Like, you're my friend, and like, she's cool people, and like, she just thinks you're all right, and like, she don't want to fuck, bro. Sorry, she don't want to give you your first kiss neither. Oh, did someone say nuts? Yes. Ooh, yeah. Whiskey would probably like my nuts. These ones like right here too. These are the fancy mixed nuts. It says cashews, almonds, almonds, pecans, Brazil nuts, and cashews, and hazelnuts. You know what this one? Holy shit! They got macadamia nuts in there too. That's crazy because we don't always carry macadamia nuts. I just realized there's macadamia nuts in here too, because they don't always do that. Contains macadamia nuts depending on availability. And these are great too. The thing with the Mountain Man Nut and Fruit Company's nuts is what they do is they're a higher grade nut than you can buy at the store. So it's like a higher grade basically means like maybe your average almond is like this big. They're just a higher grade, so they're bigger. They're fresher. They cook them in all the right oils, and they're not over salted. See this? Look at this. Look at this bag. Try to keep that crunching down for you. Look at that bag. See, like, as much as this is, I can't say it's been handled like people have been throwing, but like, look, that if you bought a can of those Planters peanuts, of the mixed nuts like this, you wouldn't even be able to see through the bag. It'd be all cloudy and full of salt, oil and salt. Yeah, Mountain Man. It's just the best stuff, man. It's just the best stuff. But yeah, that's what I do for my business. I go into a lot of local businesses, and I sell snacks here and everything. Business has been a little slow last week. We'll see if it picks up this week. But yeah, that's what I do. And there's links down in the description where you can, if you're interested, you can order some of that stuff. And they're delivered all over the United States. If you're out of the country, obviously it's probably a different story. I don't think they ship internationally anyway. But in that case, there's probably another. If you're international, there's probably another place that has. Surely there's another place that has gourmet, I guess you say, high quality nuts and stuff. Anyway, What kind of drugs you doing, Senate? Trinity's favorite line from Batman. You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's one of my favorite. You know, like on my Facebook page, for my business, I put that on there one day. You know, I put that a little GIF video of that up there. You want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts. That's not drug. Yeah. Oh man. Aggressively Relaxing says there's a panel in Fantastic Four versus X-Men #3 where the art is so bad it's the equivalent of, you know what I'm trying to say. Yeah. You know what? I gotta tell you, Aggressively Relaxing. In Fantastic Four X-Men #3, there's a lot of panels where the art is bad. There's a lot of panels where the art is bad. And not just all of it's just like bad, but some of it's just like, whew. Did you rush through this? This don't look good. This don't look good. You don't look good, Dr. Jones. I think I just did a couple. Please don't judge me on that. But yeah. When I seen the X-Men Fantastic Four X-Men #3, man, I was like, wow. I remember there was somebody here on my page one day that was talking about the Dodsons and how great they are and how like you don't like the Dodsons, and issue #3 of X-Men Fantastic Four proves that, because we were flipping through there. I'm like, whew, some of this is pretty bad, man. Some of it's pretty bad. Like Emma Frost looked like trash in that book. I don't know why. I just didn't like her look. Also, maybe just because she looked just all their females look the same. You know what I mean? When they draw a female face, they all look the same. I don't know why that is. The sentence says, "Oh well, it seems like it, and it helps me forget everything." Wookie. I'm Too Skills says they got brutally shot down. Who did? What I miss? I must have missed something. Delicious. But I'll just bury them for later. Nice. Okay. Yeah, that's fair enough. You know when someone is bullying your younger siblings and you got to step in? I've gotten into many fights helping out my brother and sister. Yeah. Wookie says, giving meth heads bags of nuts and watch them suck on. What? Oh, you're bad, Wookie. You're bad, man. You're bad. I'm in the same same state as you. I expect day one delivery. Well, I mean, I like if they ship out over the United States, it comes from the corporate headquarters in Parker, Colorado. I can't help that. But if you're here in my local area, I can deliver them to you. I agree. Oh, I agree. Seniors, babies, crackheads, all hilarious. Wookie says throwing snap caps out the window of the car at crackheads at the bus stop. Oh, you guys are bad. The sentence says Emma Frost looks hot in Old Man Logan books for some reason. That bitch didn't age. Yeah, no, she don't age, man. Yeah. Emma Frost, man. Yeah, she typically always looks pretty. Yeah. You know, I've got. Hey, the kids are awake. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah. Maybe Senate. What I'll do is maybe I'll make you some Emma Frost fan fiction fantasy art. Is that what you would like? Actually, I think most of the times when you see her in comic books, she's almost drawn that way anyway. And rightfully so, too. Rightfully so. Anyway, guys, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about today, man. I appreciate you guys being here, watching me flap my gums about maybe about a whole bunch of nonsense. I don't know. Was it nonsense? I don't know, man. I guess in the end is don't ever underestimate yourself. The world is a small world. You know what I'm saying? Don't underestimate yourself. Don't underestimate the impact that you can have on others and the world. And especially always remember the power of our words. You know what I mean? The power of our words. That's why sometimes, it's very, very important to make sure that you pick the right words when you want to convey a message or something like that. You know what I mean? Choosing our words wisely for whatever situation it is. Yeah. But don't think that you can't make a difference. Don't think you don't make a difference. Don't think that you're just a nobody. You know what I mean? Because that's not the truth. You're somebody. You can make a difference. You can't make the world a better place. You can't make better place. You can't make everybody see the error of their ways. But hopefully, if you're self-aware enough, you can change yours. Anyway, guys, I don't know, man. I think I'm just done flapping my gums here for the day, man. But thank you all so much for being here. I do greatly appreciate it. If you are here, please make sure that you hit that like button. Make sure that you share the stream out to all your friends and all that. You know, all that good stuff, man. It really does help, and I greatly appreciate it. But that's all I have for today's video. This morning movie chat, which wasn't really a movie. We still talked about movies a little bit. We still talk about movies. We were talking about Judy Greer. We were talking about Pam Grier. Didn't you say Pam Grier too? We were talking about different actors. We were talking about some directors and things like that. We talked about some stuff, man. We talked about some stuff. But thank you all so much for being here today. I do greatly appreciate it. You all have a very good day. Have a great rest of your week. Don't forget, we'll get through all this shit pretty soon, man. We'll be through it all. You all have a good day, and we'll see you in the next video. Later.